And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Coming up, we've got an ultra-important divisional round matchup in the NFC, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Carolina Panthers. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
Ready? Unlock line! Unlock line!
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker. 75 yards. And the Seahawks are on the board first here in this division round matchup. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll elect not to run with it. And the fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set, cut! Slide through.
First and 10, Young. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. And the return will stop right around the 25. But certainly not how they envisioned the start to this when you give up the touchdown and they take a shot on the first play from scrimmage offensively, Charles, but it gets intercepted.
Yeah, instead of just trying to nibble and, work your way downfield, they tried to take a nice little chunk there. It didn't pay off for them. Now the defense runs on the field, having already given up a touchdown the first drive, hoping to get their legs under them and slow them down.
And all those mistakes, they just seem magnified here in the playoffs. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into a bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
Touchdown! 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Just an unbelievable start. Less than a minute in, they're already up 2 touchdowns.
You talk about getting out of the gate fast. I mean, beyond fast. That's warp speed, isn't it? To jump up with 2 scores like that in less than a minute's time, your confidence has to be elevated.
I haven't even found the right height for my chair yet. I'm still adjusting.
You mean you found a way to sit down?
I did, yeah.
Wow, you're quick.
At least I got that accomplished.
I'm still standing watching this occur.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception. given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
That throw by Young incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. To throw, Young. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
On the return, Johnson. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Flushed out right. He completes this to Walker. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. An even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in this divisional round matchup. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And some space here. And he is finally going to be brought down, but not before he gets it to the Panthers' 26. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Here we go. Set.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. And they screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Seahawks continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0.
21. Panthers nothing. Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. First down, they start out with Abanikanda. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Young. Looking left side, and it's complete. Well, they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Young looks to throw on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 20. The give now to Abanikanda. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks will take over possession here up at the 44.
At their own 44-yard line.
Ready.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. He's going to air one out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 9.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 7 Pirates, 7, 19 tight, 19 tight. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Panthers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
The first down pass. Intercepted. The Panthers take over first and 10.
Okay,
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, first and 10. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
let's go.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Abanikanda. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Young on 3rd down. And this almost intercepted. Not sure he saw the free safety that time. But lucky, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Johnson to return it. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And they will take over first and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Let's go now.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Bravo 80.
They'll look to throw again. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 28-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25.
Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, set.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They go play action. Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Freeman. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the handoff, Abanikanda. Touchdown, Carolina! Israel Abanikanda, 34 yards. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On play action, they'll throw. This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 25 yards that time.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here. And now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Jack Panther.
Walker. trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2nd and goal from the 1.
Hey, smash front, go check, go check.
Again, Walker. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1.
Here we go.
And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Panthers 6.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. 2nd half action back underway. And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this 3rd quarter from their 25-yard line.
Come on.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Young off the play fake. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Christian Wilkins in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the 2nd half?
Just continue to play smart football.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Panthers are going to take over at their own 41.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Following the interception, Young in trouble, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Off the play fake, Young. They'll air one out deep for Mingo. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. Jonathan Mingo, 65 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Panthers 13.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Felix Anyudike Uzama gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And take it right on the 30. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
At the 34-yard line.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. It's Young off play action. He'll air one out deep for Mingo. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. 137 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Dragon 60.
2nd and 4. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Young. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Deron Payne able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Looks like another empty possession here, partner, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the 3rd quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly. Johnson on the return. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Cougar 19. 18, 5 in.
They'll look to throw here.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL.
Okay, ready?
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Give him 32 on the play. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage all night long.
Hurt! Right there, hurt!
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 145 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Three! Rig alert!
And they'll run on 3rd down with Charbonnet. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Zach Charbonnet, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Down!
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
On 2nd down, it's Abanikanda. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Abanikanda once again. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive going. Abanikanda on 1st and 10.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On the ready?
Now 2nd and 9.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Ready, set.
Now a first down throw for Young.
He completes this one to Mingo.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, Young. Puts it on the carpet, it's out.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. And now what's this? They fake the spike. He'll throw it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. So he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
On the jump. Hustle, hustle, hustle.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Roll, roll, roll.
Walker with another carry.
And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship, and now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Charlotte, good night, everybody.